Happy hunting.
Hunt me.
I am the hunted one.
I'm hunting most things.
Let us hunt something.
You can hunt.
Oh, have you hunted me?
You're being hunted.
Good morning, welcome back to a curated top 10 for Friday the 3rd of August. Let's get into the top 10 for today. The first one is not this one, it's this one. It's the Wokart. I think you could have a hell of a lot of fun in one of these things. Driving on water, in a word, revolutionary. The first patented designer watercraft in the world with a mid-mounted outboard engine. Fast, responsive, agile and fun. I would love to spend a morning blasting around in that thing. It looks legit. Anything also that I see from Austria or Switzerland, I'm always impressed by. I don't know why, but I feel like the time has been spent to build it properly. Maybe it's just like a thing in my head I have. Germany, Austria, Switzerland. I always think they build good products. Next up is One Travel Pillow on Indiegogo. One Travel Pillow, endless sleeping possibilities. 3-in-1 ultra versatile memory foam travel pillow. Like anything that says memory foam, I'm into. And especially when it comes to traveling, if I can get something that straps around my head like that, allows me to lean my head on it, because I hate those things on the planes, because sometimes you get a good one which is kind of stiff, and then sometimes you get one which is just like floppy and fall into bits, and actually probably end up with more bacteria on your head if you actually put your head on it. So anything that allows me to get a kip somewhere with a little memory foam thing that like folds up and then expands out, I'm totally into. Next up is the Latitude 14 Rugged Extreme. Now, I'm not sure, but I think this might be ancient, because we don't have like a rule anymore for age, so anything kind of goes, which is unfortunate. But I wanted to put this one in here today because I remember these rugged books from way back when I used to work for local government, and they were as solid as they said they were. And I'm wondering, where are the modern day versions of these? I don't see any rugged extreme kit anymore that can take some hammer. This one says that Intel Core processors, Core i5, Core i7, so maybe they haven't updated it, but look at it, it's just a beast. It reminds me of the Hackers movie as well, but something that is military standard, which is like this rigorous test to fail. So it's MIL STD requirements. So basically using it in the field, throwing it in a van, battering it about, dropping the damn thing. This thing can take some serious hammer. Next up is Uvu. Uvu, woodtricity for your off-grid needs. A grill that generates electricity for lighting or charging portable devices. So very similar to devices that are already out there on the market. This is looking for 120,000 euros, and they've only raised 3,000 euros with 26 days to go, which doesn't sound great right now. I'm not sure if they're actually going to make it. The design looks cool. It looks like they've got like that heat unit on the side, which basically means any thermal energy that's coming from inside charges this like unit on the side, and then you can charge your phones. But I'm a little bit worried that even their video and all this information doesn't seem to be working out for them on the Kickstarter front at the moment. I don't know why that is. Bit of a concern. Born to satisfy 3 needs in a single unit: cooking, illuminating and warming up. I mean, something like that would be perfect for van life if you ask me. It just depends on how good that thermal unit is, I guess. People do vote with their money and intelligence on Kickstarter, so I'm a bit surprised that even after like 4 or 5 days is not around the 10,000, 15, 20,000 mark. So it does make me concerned that it's not what it says it is. Next up, the digital air fryer. Now you're probably thinking, why the hell am I talking about digital air fryer? It's not normally a thing that we have on Steemhunt. But I actually think this is quite innovative. This is a kind of a new way to me to cook food, and you can cook all kinds of stuff in it. You can fry, bake, grill, roast, all in one. And it's got like a element, a light element, and so that light element, you put everything inside this little basket, and then there's a heating element, and then obviously that's hot air, and then that passes underneath it and around it. So it supposedly cooks it a lot cleaner. on average 70% less oil than a conventional fryer. And I like fried food, but I don't like the fatty fried food. So air frying is something that I'm extremely interested in. Next up is IDEA, IDEE. Write it down, having 1,000 ideas per minute. Write them down, rate them, and never forget. I don't know why you wouldn't use something like just notes, but maybe they kind of want you to put it in a place. I like this idea of ease, confidence, and impact, kind of writing out some of the business angles of it instead of just like a note that you will never execute on, kind of like that. Next up is the Echo Look, and the reason why I put the Echo Look in today, even though it's been out for months and months, is that I do have privacy concerns about the reach of companies like Amazon. I know this is kind of a deep learning advice style assistant kind of system, where I would say that the market for this is probably Instagram influencers, millennials, in terms of the fashionista kind of angle. $200 to have this kind of webcam and deep learning kind of tool in your house, bedroom, front room. I'm a little bit concerned about it from a privacy point of view. I just hope it's secure, and I hope it doesn't get abused. That's my only concern about this thing. Apart from that, the technology side of it is really kind of cool. The idea of being able to suggest clothing and what different looks look like, to be able to do your social media, to be able to like almost have an extra assistant to do part of your day-to-day social media. That's kind of an interesting angle to me. If somebody comes along and hacks this at like low level, so that you can use the hardware and the technology involved with it, but I think it's super connected up to Amazon's cloud, and they do everything on the back end. I would have thought that's the way for them to control it. Last three today, Abra, which is a investment app for people who don't really know that much about cryptocurrency, but they want to get into it. It allows you to invest into 25 of the most popular common cryptocurrencies, and very easily as well. Now, personally, I wouldn't probably do this on a Google Android app personally, but anything that brings more people to the crypto space, gets people interested in investing in the crypto space, has to be good for everybody involved in cryptocurrency and just crypto networks in general, blockchains in general. So the more that we can bring people over to crypto, the better. I just don't know if this app is it, but I kind of like the idea behind it. Last two today as well, the Square, sleek, stylish, functional. I'm not really bothered about all the hype. I just like the fact that you can take the other end off the bottle. So it looks like they did a clean bottle originally with a removable bottom, but they've done a square version of that now. So I'm really into the idea of a square version that you can just like undo both ends, and then just like you can put your hand through the middle of it and just clean everything out, because that's the biggest problem that I've had with my aluminum one, is that I can't really get into the bottom to give it a good clean. So there's been times where I've literally thrown an aluminum one away because it's just built up and built up. And yes, you could get like a brush and clean it and stuff, but even brushes are just not as good as they could be. So I like this. I don't like the fact that it's plastic. If it was an aluminum one, which I think they're building, and I think that's the reason why it was hunted, I'm kind of into that. And finally today, Good Day by nokuna.com. Improve with Good Day. So this is kind of like keeping yourself aware of when you had good days and bad days and what happened. And so it's a reason for documenting habits and flaws. And this looks quite cool. I like the design of it. It's very simple. It achieves a function, and it's kind of separate in an app, you know, it's kind of away from everything else. All right, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching today. If you've never seen steemhunt before, this is what it looks like. It's not changed since its inception. I don't think it's going to change that much. It's quite minimal. All the hunts are on the right hand side. Sometimes you can have like 200 hunts a day. When you click through, you can see all the details about that hunt on the left. When you click on the white button, it takes you through to the main URL that hunters put. If you want to add your own, just click on the plus button, fill out all the form, fill out all the details, put your graphics on there, put the tags. It goes onto the Steam blockchain, and it goes also onto the steemhunt website, where it might get an upvote throughout the day. That's it for me today. I will catch up with you tomorrow. I'll see you on Steam Hunt. The hunt is on.
Let's go!